Put matches in the pot. It will protect your plants. Today, I'll show you why it's worth doing this. Everyone who has plants at home takes care of them as best they can. In return, plants not only improve the air quality in the room, but also our well-being. When something starts happening with the flower, we react immediately. The most important thing is proper watering. Often, due to watering too frequently or too infrequently, flowers wilt. The soil is also important. When it contains too few nutrients, the flowers are weakened. Pathogens and pests attack them more quickly. They are a big problem. If we don't notice them, the plants deteriorate. That's why you need matches. Because plants need sulfur. It is found in the match head. Thanks to sulfur, plants are healthier and stronger. Sulfur supports photosynthesis. It helps plants cope better with diseases and pests. Take matches out of the box and put them in the soil in the pot. Place the matches with the heads down. The head must be in the soil. Place matches every 5 centimeters. Then water the plant as usual. After 48 hours, remove the matches. If the head has dissolved, insert more matches. Leave them in the pot for another 2 days. Sulfur dissolves in the soil if it is poorly saturated with it. Thanks to the match trick, plants are healthier, grow beautifully, and pests stay away from them. Without this fertilizer, don't sow vegetables. Urgently provide it to the plants. You'll make it from just 2 ingredients, and it will brilliantly nourish the seedlings. Thanks to it, they root faster. They grow stronger and healthier. It's a completely natural organic supplement for seedlings. You can use it for tomato, cucumber, pepper, asparagus bean, and other vegetables. The first ingredient is milk. For the fertilizer, you need 200 milliliters of milk, preferably fresh. Pour it into a container. Milk contains nutrients that are good for plants: protein, magnesium, potassium, calcium, B vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin K, and vitamin E. Add a teaspoon of baking soda to it. It has a preventive effect against root diseases. Above all, it protects the seedling roots from fungi. This way, it strengthens the root system. Then, take a plastic syringe without a needle. Draw up the fertilizer. Such a prepared supplement is also suitable for one-time foliar feeding of tomato, cucumber, and pepper seedlings. Before planting them in the ground, add literally a few milliliters to the seedling that has already produced leaves. 5 milliliters of fertilizer is enough for each seedling. 2 or 3 times a month. Lactic acid bacteria also have a positive effect on plants, so milk is not only food, but also serves a protective function. It strengthens immunity and prevents the development of diseases that cause seedlings to wither and die. Thus nourished seedlings will grow stronger. Use this fertilizer throughout the germination and rooting period of the plant. Thanks to it, this year's yields will be healthier and stronger.
Recipe for orchid syrup. Thanks to it, you will nourish and shine the leaves of your orchid. Making it takes a few minutes. When caring for orchids, we often focus on the flowers and forget about the leaves. If we take proper care of them, the plant will bloom more frequently and strongly. To make the syrup, put a tablespoon of sugar into a bowl. Add lemon juice. Then, add a teaspoon of honey. Pour in warm water. Stir until the honey and sugar dissolve. The mixture prepared this way is the syrup for orchids. Soak a cotton ball in it and gently wipe the orchid leaves, removing dust and impurities. The syrup will nourish the leaves, support their structure and regeneration. They will absorb more sunlight, which will have a positive effect on the plant's growth. This recipe is a great alternative to chemical shine-enhancing products that can be bought in gardening stores.
Seeds germinate in just 2 days. It's the fastest germination without soil. You don't have to wait 10 days for the first sprouts to appear. Just 48 hours and 2 kitchen products. Today, I'll use cucumber seeds, but you can use any seeds. I'll prepare the seeds properly. It will protect them from diseases. I'll use products that I have in the kitchen. Do the same as me, and you'll be surprised by the results. Pour 250 milliliters of warm water into a container. The water shouldn't be hot. Lukewarm is enough. Add half a teaspoon of granulated garlic to it. Stir until the garlic dissolves. Pour the seeds onto a sieve. Pour the garlic water over them. The seeds on the sieve must be submerged in water. Garlic disinfects and protects the seeds from diseases. It's bactericidal. After a few hours, rinse the seeds with lukewarm water. Place them on a paper towel. Brew chamomile. It can be regular chamomile tea. When it cools down, spray the seeds with it. Chamomile infusion prevents the growth of harmful microorganisms. Thanks to it, the seeds don't rot. They germinate better and healthier. Transfer the seeds to a drawstring bag. Close the bag. If you notice that the seeds are dry, spray them with chamomile again. Within 24 hours, and certainly within 48, the seeds will start to germinate. It's the best way to quickly germinate seeds. I'll show you how to stimulate pepper seeds to germinate within a few hours. Sprouts will appear as soon as the next day. This is the fastest method for germinating seeds. You'll need pepper seeds, cosmetic pads, and boiling water. I'll take the seeds from a fresh pepper I bought this morning. Look at these little seeds. Each has a tiny tip. That's where the root emerges when the seed germinates. The seeds need time for this area to soften and release the root under the influence of moisture. So take scissors and cut off this part, but just the tip. Do the same with the remaining seeds. Look again. Cut only the protruding tip. Don't cut too much to avoid damaging the seed. Place the seeds on a cosmetic pad. This alone will speed up germination. On the second pad, I'll leave the seeds with intact tips. Now prepare 2 bowls. Pour hot water into one and cold water into the other. Fold the pad with the seeds and grasp it with tweezers. Now, the most important part. Dip the cotton pad with the seeds into hot water for 3 seconds, then into cold water for 5 seconds. And again, dip it into hot water for 3 seconds and into cold water for 5. Repeat this process 5 times. This naturally stimulates the seeds to germinate. In spring, the soil warms up during the day and cools down at night. By soaking the seeds alternately in hot and cold water, you trick them a bit and accelerate their growth. I'll do the same with the pad containing intact seeds. Place the soaked seeds in a cup. Pour a little water to moisten the cosmetic pads with seeds. Cover them with another pad. Cover with plastic wrap. Place it on the windowsill if the sun is shining. You'll be surprised by the result the next day. On top, I have the pad with the seeds I didn't cut. And at the bottom of the cup are the seeds with the trim tips. See how they look after one day. They've sprouted. Seeds have never germinated this quickly before. Trimming the tips and using boiling water made the seeds start germinating within 24 hours. On the second pad, the seeds haven't sprouted yet. These are the ones I didn't touch with scissors. So try the method with scissors and boiling water as soon as possible. Nothing pleases an amateur gardener as much as quickly germinating seeds.